I'm Stephen Burchik with Veterans Voices, and this segment is A Veteran's Voice. Our guest today is Bill Green. Bill, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, Steve. I appreciate it.
Okay. Bill, can you tell us a little bit about your military experience?
May of 1967, I tried to join the military, tried to join the Army, and I was refused because I had asthma. 2 months later, though, I got drafted into the Army. And the reason they refused me is they told me an asthmatic couldn't survive in Vietnam. As soon as I got drafted, I was sent to Fort Bliss, Texas, and there I volunteered Infantry Airborne, and they sent me to Vietnam.
Understand you got a couple medals, a couple you didn't prefer not to have gotten?
I got 2 Bronze Stars and 2 Purple Hearts. Okay, so, yeah, standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay. Understand that you were also one of the early members of Vietnam Veterans Diablo Valley. Can you describe what the group was like at the beginning and how it's changed over the years?
I was invited to join the Vietnam Vets. I think my first meeting was in March of '91, and I believe they had a meeting before that. So I'm not one of the original guys at the first meeting. What was it like then? Tony Roma's Rib House. We'd be there for drinks, great ribs. And it was a small bunch of us to start with, 20, 30 guys, and the numbers grew. At the beginning, it was mostly just a social group, and that's all we did. Some of the things we do, from Memorial Day service at Oak Hill Park, Walk of Honor, with Phillips 66. This is all in the month of May. The Vietnam Vets also have Operation Santa Claus that we do, which is every December, that we bring in military families and veteran families.
And what is does the group have a motto or a saying that kind of represents the theme of the group or the mission of the group?
Probably the most important one is welcome home, because Vietnam vets never heard that phrase when they came home. And
I understand the parade each year in Danville, 4th of July, is a way to give recognition to some of the vets.
Vietnam vets marched in the parade from '91 on. And it was interesting, those of us that were in the '91 parade, we were wearing blue pants, white shoes, white shirt with our logo on it, and a white hat. Obviously, you could tell Norm Mahalik, our president, was a Navy guy. He dressed us that way. But when we marched down the street with a banner saying Vietnam Vets Diablo Valley, people rose up and cheered us, and we did not know how to take it. Seriously, you looked around at the guys next to you. I know I did, and there was quite a few guys around me, had tears in our eyes. We did not ever expect that to happen. It was the first time we were ever welcomed home.
Bill, I understand you had a pretty successful career as an electrician. Can you describe how you got into that and maybe an unusual incident or something that stands out?
I got into it when I came back from Nam. I'd always wanted to be, I'd gone to college, studied criminology, wanted to become an officer, a police officer. Unfortunately, after I came back from Nam, I had no great desire to be a police officer anymore. And it was by chance I took the test for the apprenticeship for electricians in San Francisco, Local 6, and I ended up becoming an electrician. I did this until 2002. It was a great career. I enjoyed it. It ranged from building high rises. My last third of my career as an electrician, I did trade shows and concerts.
What were a couple of the concerts you remember?
Carlos Santana, what a great show he put on. Ray Charles, great show, great sense of humor. I enjoyed Ray Charles tremendously.
Understand you also provide the power or electricity for East Bay Stand Down.
Stand Down started, Vietnam Vets started East Bay Stand Down. And 1999 was our first stand down. And we did it in 2000. And from that point on, it became every other year. So every even number year, we do East Bay stand down. I did the power for the first stand down, supplying the material for the electrical, and distributing the power throughout the stand down. Now, East Bay stand down, you've got up to 400 homeless. Let's say it's in the 300 number. And we bring them in for 4 days. And during those 4 days, we give them every service you can imagine. You start off with showers and clean clothes, haircuts, get all the hygiene going. But you also have medical there for them. You have legal there for them. You have counseling there for them. You have the VA there for them.
I also understand you've been heavily involved with the Concord Vet Center. Can you tell us a little bit about how that program works and what your involvement has been?
I first went to the vet center in 2002. That's when I was diagnosed with PTSD. And when I went to the vet center, I found the support and the counseling that I needed. And it's counseling that I still take part in today. Every Friday, I have a counseling session along with about 9 or 10 other vets. In 2005, myself and probably another about half a dozen of us total combat vets were asked to be mentors out of the vet center and try to help the young veterans coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq. And we were mentors, we weren't counselors. Okay? Best definition for a mentor is you got to have big ears.
I also understand you're involved with an annual program called the Duck Club.
Retreat.
Okay. You're not collecting wooden ducks or something?
No, we're not collecting. I'm a member of a duck club in Northern California, and our members have turned around and have opened up the doors at my request to allow me to bring in 20 or more veterans up to the duck club. 2 guys to a room. My membership opens up the rooms and to accommodate the group for a weekend. For 3 days, we're going to feed you. We're going to let you shoot trap. We have a swimming pool. The whole thing is it's vets with vets, and there's no rules over that 3-day period. The only rules I have for the guys and the gals is that there's no drugs and there's no alcohol. We have bonfires at night. The guys will sit around and the gals will sit around, tell stories. It is extremely important for veterans to be with other veterans for their own well-being.
Well, Bill, thank you for sharing that story with us and the rest of your career, your personal experiences, your volunteer experiences. You've had an impactful life, both for yourself and others. Thank you for sharing that with us today on A Veteran's Voice.
Thank you.